Dog, dog, dog. Hey, I'm Tony Scott, and this is news you may have missed. The president and CEO of a Missouri Baptist Conference Center was arrested after arranging a meeting with an undercover cop to have sex with a dog. Jerry Hill, who's 56 years old, allegedly took an ad out on Craigslist. Now, Boone County Sheriff Detective Tracy Perkins said her office was tipped off that someone was looking for sex with a dog or other type of animal. She wouldn't say what other type, though. An undercover cop exchanged emails with Jer offering a dog for sex. Now, he was taken into custody in Columbia, Missouri, and released on a $1,000 bond. Question: what is it about a dog that is sexy? Here's another question. Does it matter what the sex of the dog is? Jerry, claim ignorance here. Say that you thought that's what doing doggy meant. A woman in Atlanta that tried parallel parking several times outside Atlanta Municipal Court had her car stolen when she handed the keys to a man that she hoped would help her park. The man didn't notice the woman's sister in the car, and 2.5 miles down the road, he decided to cut his losses, and he parked the car, grabbed the woman's purse, and walked away. When the woman returned to court afterwards, she had a ticket on her car because the meter ran out. Now, how many couldn't parallel park to save their life? There's really only two kinds of parallel parkers: good ones and ones that really suck. Me, I have to turn the radio off to parallel park. A man in Seattle who was receiving oral sex was hotter than fish grease on Good Friday. No, really, when a couple accidentally interrupted and the woman left. Paul Hunter, who was 64 years old, walked about a half block, stopped, turned around, pointed his gun at the couple, and fired a shot while screaming, "I'm gonna kill you!" Police tracked him down. Paul had a tuxedo on and a 9mm in his waistband. Cops say he was extremely intoxicated and refused to talk to police. No bail on the felony assault charge. Pro tip here, Paul: if you have any kind of sex outside, you run the risk of being interrupted. You have to accept that. Kind of like buying a computer. In a few years, it's going to be old, outdated, and unable to perform. In Hudson, Florida, not far from Tampa, a 29-year-old woman named Bobby Jo Bosher is accused of hanging up on a police officer that was trying to get information about her missing child because she had to get on stage at a strip club. She left her daughter at a barbecue before going to work. When the girl didn't come home, Grandma called police. Now, a Pasco County Sheriff deputy called Bobby Jo to tell her that her child was missing and to try to gather information. Bobby Jo allegedly told the cop on the phone, "I have to get on stage," and then she hung up. Now, her refusing to talk meant police were unable to enter information into the missing child's registry. The little girl was found safe around 9 that night, unharmed. Mother of the Year nominee Bobby Jo was arrested for resisting an officer and obstruction. Now, she says she didn't hang up. She says she transferred to another call. I say, Bobby Jo, your daughter is missing. Put your ass back in your pants and go help find your child. In Spain, a teenager was electrocuted after he peed on a streetlight at a music festival. The teen was seen convulsing on the ground, and attempts to revive him were unsuccessful. The rest of the celebration, in its 30th year, were canceled. Now, this is a great time to ask parents of sons if they taught them the GBT rule. My father taught me. You don't know the GBT rule? Grass, bush, tree. When you absolutely have to pee outside, always on the grass or on a bush or on a tree. Never ever on a fence or a street light. Never, ever. Never around any metal, ever. A Colorado woman was impaled in the buttocks with a metal pole after she crashed her truck while texting. Christina Johns had just dropped off her daughter at school, going 20 miles an hour, when she decided to voice text a friend, and she looked down for a second and she slammed into a rail. The pole had to be sawed off on both ends just to get Christina out and to the hospital. She says she lost count after 40 stitches, but she should make a full recovery, but will have to get around with a walker for a while. That texting and driving is the worst thing, man. Maybe as bad as driving drunk, because more people drive and text than drive drunk. Hey, that's all I got. Please, a thumbs up and subscribing. It's free and it's an awesome gesture. You can support me also on patreon.com/TonyScottMedia. The link is below. And subscribe to my newsletter at talkin360.com. Thanks for watching news you may have missed. I'm Tony Scott.